So this is the discussion of lesson 3.2, the security personnel qualifications, firearms and equipment. So letter A, definition of terminologies. Number 1, persons. This includes not only the natural but also jurisdictional persons such as a single protection ships, partnerships, corporations, companies or associations duly organized and registered with the Security Exchange Commission. So this person it is uh, this is the kumbaga ito yung ang tinutukoy dito is yung ang yung pagiging um, ang tinutukoy dito is as ikaw o as a person nga if you establish like the agency is dapat nana siya naka-register siya sa Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. Security number 2 is security guard, also known as a private security guard. Watchman shall include the person offers renders personal service. So example nito is daghan tag makita diri nga security guard. So ang ano-ana nila ang ilahang main nga trabaho jud is to secure the area, the person, the personnel. And private detective refers to any persons who does detective work for hire, reward, or commissions other the members of the AFP, BGMP, and Provincial Guards, PNP, of any enforcement agency of the government. And letter B, qualification of security guards and security officers. Number 1, basic requisites for security guards. No person shall be licensed as a security guard unless he passes the following qualifications. So, if example, if may bala ka nga mag-apply ng as a security guard, so ito yung mga qualification. First is dapat Filipino citizen ka, high school graduate ka, and physically and mentally fit ka, of course. At least 18 years old but not more than 50 years old. So, and has undergone pre-license training course and most process any of the disqualifications. Number 2, desirable qualification of security guards. In addition to the minimum qualifications, security guards must also possess the following. So, letter A is alertness. So, it is very important no as a security guard is dapat alert ka, and judgment. Sounds and good judgment is more than the use of common sense. It is the arriving wise, timely decisions. Confidence. So, when we say confidence, dapat as a security guard, dapat confidence ka sa imong profession para dili ka isi-isihon ka sa mga tao, like something like that. Physical fitness, of course, as what I have said, da, napaka-importante nga dapat physical fitness kasi um, pangit na example if may mga intruders, so paano mo sila hahabulin kung di ka physically fitness. Tactfulness, ability to the guard to deal with the others successfully without offending. So dapat dito sa tactfulness is dapat kabalo ka mo pauyon-uyon sa mga customer, sa mga tao, kanang para dili ka maka-offend. Self self control, so dapat if na dili malikayan nga sa isa ka establishment na yung mga tao nga kanang isog kayo, stricto kayo, sakit manulti, pero as ikaw as a security guard dapat kalma lang ka permente. So interest, loyalty, responsibility, and the trustworthy. So it is very important as a security guard na dapat you have a dedication, interest as your professions, and of course loyalty is very important. Number 3 is exemptions from the pre-licensing. The following need undergo the pre-licensing training for the security guards. So, veterans and retired of honorable discharge, military police responsible for processing all the qualification mentioned preceding section. So, if um, pre-licensing ka, if kwan ka sa na discharge ka or na kumbaga retired ka sa military or police personnel and ROTC advance. So if if kanang advanced officer ka ng ROTC, Reserve Officer Training Course, so pwede ka dito. Qualification of Private Detective, so ito yung mga qualification. Holder of baccalaureate degree of Bachelor of Laws or BS Criminology, and graduate of Criminal Investigation course. Yes, advanced reserve officer, so like ROTC. So if advanced ka, pwede ka, ito yung mga requirements ng private detector. Qualification for security officer, so first is Filipino citizen, holder baccalaureate degree, physically mentally fit. So as what I have said earlier, that you need to to your body to maging physically fit, and of course mentally fit din. Has graduated from a security officer training course, retired personnel or PNP or AFP, must not pass by the any disqualification enumerated in section 2, rule number 2. And qualification of security consultant, so ito yon, holder a master degree in either criminology, public administration. So if master degree ka ng BS criminology or law, so ito pasok ka dito, and must have at least 10 years experience sa imong dating nga trabaho, or as a security dapat na kay 10 years nga nga experience. Other exemptions, any other officer or enlisted man of the AFP or a uniform member of the PNP Honorable Exchange is separated or retired from the service exempted from the requirements. So use of firearms and equipment, so passes of firearms, after complying all the requirements. So as a security guard or as a kanang agency, so if ma submit nimo ni nga mga requirements, kay mo ni siya ang imong mga makuha as a firearm: shotguns not higher to 12 gun and low power rifle, revolver or caliber 22, caliber 38 pistols or revolvers not exceeding in 1 firearms for every 2 guard into employee. So sabot ani is sa duha ka guard, or example sa school, so duha ka guard is dapat isa lang sa ilahang naay caliber 38. And number 1 is PSA with 100 guards, at least 30 pieces of licensed firearms. So dito is private security agency with 100 at least 30 pieces. So dito is dapat sa 100 ka guard, so dapat naay 30 pieces nga license of firearms sa ilaha. And for regular license operated or LTO, at least 70 pieces of firearms. And use firearms for private detective agency shall optional. And of restrictions to possess certain caliber of firearms, the total number of the prescribed high power firearms shall not exceed 10% of the total members guards employed. Private security agencies are not allowed to possess high caliber. So in a PSA or private security agencies, dili sila gina-allowed na mogamit og mga high power firearms like the M16 caliber 45 and Magnum caliber 41 and 44 and caliber firearms. So and exemption of granted by the Chief PNP of Regional Director or Regional Police Officer under the following conditions. So letter accusations of the high power firearms shall be expensed for the PSA CSF of concern. Before the firearms are issued, the same should be registered with the PNP. So before nimo as a agency, before nimo siya i-issue sa imong mga security guard, is dapat naka-record ang firearm sa sa PNP. The security personnel who will use such firearms shall be given a adequate training for the care and use thereof, which will be under the provisions qualified in the PNP. Number 3, limitations in the carrying of firearms. So the issued firearms shall be carried only by the security guard, of course, during his tour of duty when the proper uniform. So if during his duty dapat naka-complete uniform, and of course where is assigned naka, except he is escorting big amount, so magdala lang ka og firearms if you escort the big amount of money. uh Confiscations of firearms could be confiscated when it is about the use in the commissions of firearms actually being used in the commissions of crime. Of course, if maka security guard ka tapos gamiton yung firearms as sa crime is ma-confiscate na. And dispositions of confiscated firearms, the law enforcement officer who is confiscated the firearm shall inform the Chief PNP through CSG within the 24 hours after the confiscation. So, if ma-confiscate yung mga yung firearms mo, dapat you need to you need confiscations of firearms. The law enforcement officers confiscated firearms. So, you need to inform the Chief of PNP, and when the confiscation is by order the court, same shall be turned over the court concerned. So i-turn over mo yan sa court. Filing of applications, so it shall be filed with the FID or through the SAG-SD or CSG district officer for the regions outside in CR accordance with the firearms laws, implementing executive orders and regulations. In addition sa following shall be submitted. So letter is duly approved by LTO, of course. Certifications, safety bolt ownership prescribed by the Chief of Firearms and Explosive Divisions of CFED, and of course number 8 is revocations of license to possess the firearms. Reasons of revocations, so ito yon. Letter A is failure to submit issue of if firearms for verification as required by the section 87. If ma-fail mo yung kumbaga di ka makasubmit ng ng kung ano yung nakalagay sa sections 897 of RAC, so ma-revoke yung firearms mo. Carrying of firearms by security personnel without appropriate DDO, so if dili aprobado sa DDO tapos nagdadala kag firearms is pwede na ma-revoke. When its serial number is duplicated or using serial number for more firearms, so di na siya pwede. Carrying for firearms outside the place stated in the permit required by EO or carrying firearms in places prohibited in the law. So if magdadala kag pusil basig naka off duty ka sa sa public space, public places, so bawal siya. And convictions of the operator of manager of the agency of any crime involving moral turpitude. And if illegal possession of firearms, no security guard or private detective shall use unlicensed firearms in the performance of his duty. So of course as a profession as a security guard, so dili ka dapat magdadala og firearms nga dili siya naka-registered. It shall not exceed 50 rounds of ammunition per unit of duly licensed of firearms. Individual issue security guard shall be limited to 25 rounds per security guard. So sa individual issue security kay sa security guard kay dapat 25 rounds lang siya gina-issue sa mga security guard. And 13 is use of BHF UHF handle radio. So dito is din dili lang firearms kun dili na po yung mga dapat na po yung mga radyo nga gina-designate sa mga security guards para gamit gyapon na siya sa mga establishment like sa school ganyan. So thank you.